Hello everyone and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Here in NeoBurgh today we are going to be reviewing our public transport lines. So we've just updated, let's make this a little bit easier to see. If we make it yellow that stands out a bit better. We've just updated our public transport network and put in train lines to a number of the big cities throughout the area. However, we currently have a series of lines which go up and down and from side to side of the city. However, they don't feed those train stations that we've just put in. So what I want to do is to take a look at this. Like I said, we've got these lines which are currently going around the city, and the idea is that the lines which the buses have been going up and down on, which basically transport people from side to side of the city, and then they can interchange between those and the ones that go up and down or left and right, north to south, east to west. Those ones are meant to be working in tandem with these public transport circular lines, which are then taking them back to the train station. However, I don't know whether that's actually working as we intended to. And for that reason, I really want to review what's going on and try and improve the connections. So we can see with these connections to the various cities that about 50% is being used for Coulsdon and Dover. Bawtry's only got 13%. And Alford 29%, and that's probably because they're so close by. So I wouldn't read into that too much in regards to the actual lines and how well they're performing. In fact, these ones only really take about 60 people a day. They don't really transport them that far. So I think what might be better is if we separate the city into almost 4 quadrants and then keep the line that we've got going around at the moment, but then update this so that we have other lines which can then transport out. So to do that, I think what we'll do is we'll create a separate area for passengers to get onto those much more different connections. So we'll just create something on the back here where we can then put a road through. And we might as well plug this into the roads here. In fact, we can make that the higher speed version. Same here. And what we'll do is we'll put in a large platform here. We're going to need about four stops. So it may be worthwhile me putting this way round, and then we can put the additional sides on here, like so. So what we will be doing is putting in a line around these different quadrants. We actually have one there, which is quite good. And we'll put one down here. And then we'll have it come this line, go up this way, and then come back here. So that would be here, 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 and then back. So we will put in a line there. I'm just wondering whether it might be worth having one on the way out as well, just in case it grows at all. So we'll do that as well. Interesting that it's just calling them stop number 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a bit weird. But anyway, that would be the first line that we put in. Let's keep that up and make that quite a bright colour so that we can see it. So I want to do the same, but the other way round. Something like that. So this would be the first sort of quadrant area that we'd be building this into. We could even have them connect into these on the outside, but I'd rather remove this off the main line just because they're quite busy. So I think what we'll do is have these go around individually, and we'll have separate lines running compared to the lines that are already there. So if we just make these tram lines, and follow the direction that they're taking, I'll go this way instead of the other way. Then we'll do out this way as well as tram lines, because they'll probably be needed going forward. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, we may need to put something in down here as well. And if we put a couple of these onto those lines, so line number 1 and line number 2, and then we'll focus on the next quadrant, so that would be this quadrant here. So we could use the bus stop that's already on that road, and then we could turn off and go. In fact, we've already got a bus stop there. Might as well use that. And then we could slip up to around here. Put another bus stop. And then go down this road here. So let's do that in terms of lines on this side. We might even put a couple of bus stops on these exitways. Just so then it's all covered. So if we start with one going down this way, and then we would want it to go through the bus stops that we put in, and then it's coming back this way. Good. Okay, so I'll make that one light blue just so I can see it easily, and then we will do the opposite way. There we go. So that's another line. So if we put some more that line. Oh. Ah, we haven't made it a tram line, have we? That makes sense. So make these tram lines, and then it can go down this way, and come up this way, and go down here, and then that should be possible to put it as a tram. So line number 3, line number 4, those are set up now for trams. So we'll be moving over now from these two quadrants, here and here, over to these two quadrants over this way. So I think with these, it'd probably be best to come up and over, and then just make sure that we're covering these areas. Something like this, and then we can go out this way, then possibly, so these cover these quite well, these cover those quite well, so if we just did a couple more stops, one here, one here, and then those would filter back through to the main hub. So if we just upgrade those tram lines, and this will be quite a extensive tram network, to be fair. I don't think I've done anything to this level for quite a while. Was it these ones or was it these ones? Yeah, we're doing this on the right ones. That's good. So we'll do another one, coming down this way, turning right there and coming back, like so. And we'll do one of those going back through. So that should hopefully get a decent amount of usage. So that would be number 6 and number 7. Yeah, that's using the right ways, good. And then finally this quadrant over here. So we're going to be doing this fairly similar. So we'll have bus stops going down this way, and then we'll have one on the end, all down here, and then they can use these bus stops that we've already got. And then go back to the depot. So that would be down this way, through here, up this way, and then down here. We might as well upgrade that bit there so that they can easily get to where they need to go. Might as well also do that on there. Then we would just need to put in another line. This one would be from number 1. Going down this route. this route. And coming back this way. So that would be the trams all set up, I believe. We may need it to go out and then come back in, but you know what, let's future-proof it a little bit and do that anyway. So if we put another bus stop at the end here, take number 8, after number 6, go out this way, and then number 9, after number 3, go out this way, and then we just need to put on a couple of trams for those. So those should quickly bring passengers back into this hub here. Hopefully it should serve as a really good connection for the public transport lines. What I'd also like to do is move this line off of the main road and into this bus depot. So I might as well do that now. So if we take this one at number 6, it needs to go through here. So that would be on number 10. Oh, and we need to take off number 6. This is a pink colour, I forgot to change it back. And then this one at number 1. It'll be going through number 1. And not this one up here. And then hopefully that reduces down the amount of time things are waiting here. We do have the buses down this way, so those may be getting busier, but hopefully these lines will at least allow people to go around the city a little bit easier. While we're at it, why don't we add in some of these that we've just put in? Possibly here and here. Those are not tramways. Now they are. And then if we take that on the way back, go through here and here, that should hopefully serve as one line that goes between all of the different connections. And then we've got these other lines which should hopefully enable a little bit more movement between all of the stops. I'll just put a waiting place at the end, so now the terminals have about 60 extra capacity on top of what they already have. So I'll be interested to keep an eye on how well these perform. We've got these lines going straight into the city down here. 1, 2, 3. Why is it going around that way? It's almost like this one needs to go to number 2. Yeah, that'd be much better. So we still have our public transport lines which are going up and down. It's just literally a case of we're adding additional almost like quadrants to this line, and hopefully allowing a lot more movement through the areas. So hopefully that will have a positive impact. I just need to think about what names to call these. So if we're doing north to south here and east to west here, so would it be north, south, east, west? So if we called this one up here the northeast quadrant, this one the northwest quadrant, this one down here the southwest quadrant, and then over here we've got the southeast quadrant. So using those, if we go into these naming schemes and pinch the names that we've got here, so public transport, road, Burgh Le Marsh, circular, northeast quadrant. So if we take that one, I don't know what number this would be. So if we're doing something like that, this one would be going counterclockwise. Counterclockwise, and let's call this number 2. So this one can be number 1. And let's not call it a circular, so then it all fits in the same line at least. So that should then be a little bit easier to read. Right, so if we're doing something like this, on these ones we need to work out which ones clockwise and counterclockwise. So this is counterclockwise. This is the northwest quadrant. Counterclockwise. Let's call it number 3. This one's number 4. That's not the right line. It's these ones. This one's southeast quadrant, and this one's the clockwise. Which means that this one's the counterclockwise. Finally, then we've got these ones down here. So this is the southwest quadrant, number 7. And oh, I don't know what these are doing. Why are they going through that way and not that way? We'll have to have a look at that. But this is counterclockwise. this one is clockwise. Right, so first off, let's just double check the tram lines. Ah, yeah, that's why. So now they'll be going through directly through. These are very close together. I might spread these out actually. So if we put this here, then number 8 can become that one. Number 3 can become this one. Then we can remove these two. Jolly good. Okay. So these should hopefully start to get some use and should be becoming quite busy for connections down here. I can already see that we've got some people using this line. Hopefully, with more trams using them, they should become busier. We had an exit there and an entrance there, and hopefully that should just separate up these lines a little bit. We could also do another entrance on the other side, potentially, if we really wanted to. And connect that in down here. Pardon me. But I think those are working quite well. Hopefully it should encourage a lot more use of the train line we've got here. In fact, we've got quite busy usage here. So if we double these up, so we just need to do the northeast quadrant now. There we go. Let's see how that goes. Because we can see we've got about 30 here. Waiting to go to Grove Road. Which one's Grove Road? That one there. Trying to come down here. Interestingly, this may encourage a fair bit more use of the transport lines, but also may encourage the city to grow a fair bit more. How busy are these roads getting? So we've got about 90 coming through this way, and about 56 coming through this way. And then we've got quite a bit of cargo coming that way, and quite a bit of cargo coming the other way. So I think what we might do is upgrade this road actually. So these are the roads between Alford and... Oh, we can't upgrade that stretch. That's annoying. So, how about if we realign that a little bit? Just so then it can be the larger. Still actually interfering. Might be better if we did it further back, so before it turns. Something like this. Then we can upgrade these two roads. And then hopefully, if we upgrade these roads here, it should allow more use. What is this one doing? This one's going backwards and forwards here. So what we could do is have these be bus lanes. Because those are working quite well through this zone. And if we do a similar thing here, actually, yep, that's having stuff delivered there. What line does that take? It goes up there. And then we'll just upgrade that stretch. So then it's a 2-lane road all the way through up until this point where we've got bus lanes to hopefully encourage a bit more movement there. In fact, I may well upgrade this other road here, which is quite a main road through, as well. And hopefully traffic can keep flowing there. Do a road out this way, which can connect in there. And then that way that's all used. We don't want traffic lights on these roads. We want them where they cross over the other main roads. So here, not there, but there, not there. So we'll see how that goes. And then hopefully we'll start to see a lot more numbers on here, which it looks like we might be getting more people in. How are these looking? Ironically, this hasn't got any on it yet. So that should then be returning to the depot. least all the lines are actually getting a lot of use, so that's good. Signifies that all of them are quite valued by the citizens and hopefully getting a fair bit of use. So the numbers are going up. That's positive. Oh wow, look at that, we've got 90 odd people going that way. That's good. So he's definitely doing a fair bit of work to pull people into the network, which is good. So Burgh Le Marsh hopefully is growing from this, and it looks like it is. In fact, this seems to be working really quite well, which is encouraging. Might be worth upgrading this road in. I just wonder whether we can do that here. Yes, we can actually. So if we did bus lanes and keep, hopefully that will then help a lot of these trucks that are having to come down here. And the trams that are coming back on that route as well. So that'll be good in both regards there. How busy are these coming in? 78. And they're going out with more people, 84. So these are definitely still growing, and I would say now that we've put in these additional lines, I would say that it's probably going to grow a fair bit more, because a lot more people can get to where they need to go. We had about 300 coming in and out of last year. So now that we've got this train line here, we can potentially look at putting in other lines through the area as well, which will hopefully allow not only Burgh Le Marsh but the other cities to grow a lot faster, which will be good. Right, cool. Okay, that's a really positive result for, you know, a fair bit of work putting in the new lines through the area. So I think I might leave it there. I'm really quite happy with the result that we've gotten from this, because hopefully it should mean that if we did this in other cities as well, it'll pull more people into train lines and get a lot more use out of them. Whereas at the moment they haven't been too high usage-wise, which is a little bit concerning. But yeah, I'm really quite happy with how that's turned out, and hopefully it's a good sign of things to come. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a good one. Bye bye.